Greetings from Woodturning with Dick. Look what I've got. I've got 3 gorgeous Mallee Burrs. A couple of these are red fruited. Lovely spikes on this one. Lovely colouring and grain in that. That's going to be my top piece. I'm actually going to incorporate these 3 burrs into one finished piece. So that's a little bit more rounded, not so spiky as that one, which I suspect is a York Mallee. As you can see here, picked up in 2019. I've had them indoors, completely drying out, ready for working on. And that's another red fruited, but not terribly attractive pattern across the top. Putting that aside for the minute, that's going to be my bottom. I'm going to dig out an area here. This is going on top of this piece with a hole in it all the way through to shed light on what's going to be in here. Lovely spikes. This is so sharp to handle. Not a lot of this is going to be on display. It's mainly just going to be this. Going to round this slightly, put a nice big fat seating area, if you like, on the bottom. Let's get the Forstner bit set up. You're thinking, he's done the hole in the middle. What the hell is he doing one over here for now? That's just weird. Right, that's the 54mm Forstner bit finished with. Hey, lots of nice holes. That bit's going on top of there, so the light can come through that hole. I'll have a nice, ow, spiky, a nice sophisticated lamp coming across the top here, shedding light down through the hole to what's going to be here. That'll come later. Column in here that's going to hold that the right height above the piece I want, which is exactly this long. So then I'm going to make my column out of this section here. I put a little mark across there. I'm going to keep this for something else at a later date. I need then also to trim that down, which is going to force fit in there so I can round that, get rid of this ugly bit. Yeah, got some things to get on with. I think that will do in terms of shape. Just a nice gradual curve coming over. Got a lot of hands finishing to do. I'm not going to bother sanding it whilst rotating. Couple of not quite shallow tear outs there. Let me get on with that and I'll come back to you when I'm sanding the ceiling. I'll do the inside by hand a little bit later because I can only get halfway down. I have run the sandpaper in there and it's nice and smooth. Pretty. 3000 grit finish. Concentrate on the 600. Quick over with 1000. Quick over with 3000. Just get rid of any minute little lines. And just putting some microcrystalline wax on now. Renaissance. Give it a quick wipe off. That'll do. Column next, I think. I still need to trim it down to that length, but I thought I'd quickly show you the sander sealer. It's only 400 grit finish. That will do for my column. I think the white bits on the outside looking in, lovely. This is the York Mallee. The only thing I've got to be cautious of here is there's about 3/4 of an inch there. So not to bring this up too much, but just going to shape that and put a nice foot and a innie for my chuck. As you may have noticed, I put a very slight curve on this. It's the bottom piece, it's slightly bigger than the top piece it's going up against. It's a York Mallee, as opposed to the red fruited Mallee. Shouldn't matter too much because none of this is really going to be on display, but I still like to finish it to a high degree. So that's 400 grit. I'll let the sander sealer dry. D-nib, take up to about 600. It's almost like glass, isn't it? It's almost like marble as it is. Spot of wax. And turn it round and do the interesting bit. I think it's interesting anyway. Isn't that gorgeous? Far different than the red fruited, but still quite pretty. Jackpot. Here comes the exciting bit, the feature of the piece. You still don't really know what's going on, do you? I'm sorry. Perhaps I should elaborate, but I don't want to. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Sand that all nice and clean. I'll come back to you in a minute. Put a little line in there. That's for the gilder. You'll see why in a minute. A little bit of wax on there. Okay, next thing, off to the gilder. Get a nice bit of silver gilt metal on there. There's still one more twist to this that I haven't revealed yet. Any second now, you'll hopefully get an idea of what's going on. Lenore's just given me these back from having some gilding applied. Wait till you see. She's gilded silver up to the line, which is perfect. Just what I wanted. And she's gilded champagne gold, again, just what I wanted. The column that I made fits in there nice and snugly. And this is the top. Just got to find the hole, said the bishop to the actress. Huzzah. Got a couple of flecks of champagne gold to clean out the grain there. But otherwise, that sits directly over there. Next on the list of jobs is some resin down in my hole there. See how well that fits? Resin colouring is always a bit of a challenge, I find. It sometimes goes off against the wood. Sometimes it's too light, sometimes too dark. So I've got silver there. Also got some tin foil, which is a bit darker. But I thought I might experiment with this. Just pour a little bit of resin in there. Help me with my colouring, I think. I'll make up a couple of little pots. And that should give me a gauge of what the blue's going to look like in there. Ideally, I want it something tranquil. A really nice light blue, but dark enough to be able to see through from the edge as you're looking through the edge of the piece with the light coming down onto it. So, turquoise or azure? I've got a really light blue, the turquoise. I've got a darker blue, azure blue. Given the nice light wood, I think I'm going to try turquoise, maybe with a splash of the azure. Do some experimenting, man. Exactly, that's the plan. Right. All right, let's have a look at what it looks like in the silver. You know what? I'm still not sure. I think I am going to go and get the opinion of her who gilds, see what she thinks. After all that decision making, I've opted for the turquoise blue. I've brought it indoors on a nice flat surface. I've checked it with a level, and in comes my turquoise. I want to fill up just past that line. Now, worst case scenario, the resin goes off and it's a bit dimpled on top of the resin. I can pour a thin layer of clear. There's a little bit of room left, right? Getting close. Cover all of that silver. The resin's all gone off. I'm going to put some of these little rubber feet that I love so much onto the base here. It'll help raise the piece up and protect the surface that it's going onto. Lovely. Don't want to get too near this edge. I want it spurging out on the side there. This is the piece that gave me the inspiration. Before I show you my final piece, I do need to thank Ryan Butler off the Facebook Woodturning group. Thank you, Ryan Butler. You're a star. Brilliant. Well, there it is, complete. With the lamp, with the white light, with the resin down the bottom there. The whole reason for building this is that view through there. Little pool of tranquility.